So, Prasad, I have a few questions to ask you. My first question is about sadhana, our daily practice. Um, I find for myself and for many of my students, we do really well for a while on our practice or in doing our sadhana daily, and then we seem to slip, and then we come back and we slip again. And I'm just wondering if you could give us some advice for how to stay in the zone of sadhana, how to make it your priority, and how to slip less.
Yeah, this is a major roadblock in lives of many yoga practitioners, not just beginners. It happens at advanced level also. In fact, there are so many Indian mythological stories, yogic stories, in which you see many so-called saints at a higher level of spiritual evolution have also slipped from their sadhana because of some or other attachment or something like that. Yes, as we discussed earlier, the physical practice, mental practice, emotional practice, spiritual practice, the wholeness of sadhana is important, the most important
Mhm.
aspect of a yoga student. Uh, but I would like to assure you that it is, even though it is an uphill task to hold on to your sadhana, a time comes when the hill is completely climbed. So it's like if you were riding a bicycle and then you have to go uphill, you have to push the pedal, you have to push yourself. But after a while, once you're on top of the mountain, then you to come down the mountain, you don't have to do anything. So
Mhm.
same way, I feel a time comes when you're dedicated to your sadhana, when you're doing your sadhana diligently, a time comes when you have to push yourself
Mhm.
only till a point where the sadhana starts to become enjoyable.
Mhm.
And as we know, we love to do the things that we enjoy.
Mhm.
So, if your sadhana is in the spectrum of chore, you will need some self motivation. But after that, there is another phase where sadhana starts being enjoyable,
Mhm.
really enjoyable. And
Mhm.
you could give anything away to be in that zone of sadhana. And
Mhm.
then comes the next stage where sadhana happens spontaneously.
Mhm.
So we just need to go through that difficult phase, um, and just be persistent. Also, we have to understand that the mind that we are trying to work out has mastered itself. The
Mhm.
limiting tendencies that we have,
Mhm.
uh, we are trying to work out, have mastered itself. We are infants when it comes to trying to work out that mind. So
Mhm.
we need that strong motivation. We need that diligent attitude. We need to be patient.
Yeah.
What I think would help a lot is if um, you have a sangha that
Mhm.
supports your development,
Right.
like in sports sciences or in exercise sciences, they call it buddy system. If
Mhm.
you have someone else, some spiritually like-minded friend or friends or a
Mhm.
group, then you can always interact with them and say, hey, you know what, I slipped. I'm not
Right.
doing my sadhana for last 5 6 days. I don't feel good. So they will encourage you.
Like a
Many
support group to
support group, absolutely.
motivate you.
And that support group, what happens is we tend to expect a lot from our family, but
Mhm.
sometimes our family may not understand us. So
Mhm.
that support group of spiritually like-minded people who
Mhm.
understand what you are going through
Mhm.
when you don't do your sadhana for one day, such kind, empathy oriented, compassionate group should be cultivated around, and
Right.
that would really help us in going through the sadhana. But
Okay.
yes, remember, the spiritual path is all about falling, getting up, falling, getting up. Falling is not the big thing, but getting up part is the most important part. Everybody
Mhm.
falls, but very few get up. So
Mhm.
the getting up part is the most important
Mhm.
part of your practice.
And I mean, even though we have, many of us are blessed to have Sangha and like-minded people around us, some of us may not have that yet, or may have not come across that, and are still trying to do their practice every day, but it seems like it's a chore. It seems like um, just movement and almost repetitive, like
Hmm.
postures after posture kind of thing. Can you explain to us maybe what can be cultivated to get over that hump of mechanical practice?
Uh, if you define your practice as asana,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to get boring after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, because it's the same postures that we are doing again and again, time and over, right? So that's why I suggested in the earlier part that make your sadhana holistic.
Mm-hmm.
Some movement practice, some breath practice, some stillness practice, some reading, some self study.
Mm-hmm.
If you take out 1 hour every day for your yoga practice, why not include 10 minutes of that to some spiritual reading? Why not? So, it's like if I give you one food to eat for 1 year, it's you're going to get bored of it. But if
Mm-hmm.
I cook variety, you're going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to um, make a nice assortment of different techniques
Mm-hmm.
and take us forward.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let it be a little heart oriented. Let it be a little soft practice. Include some mantra chanting, include some reading, include some chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Make it assorted in a beautiful way. It's not really about what you do, but with what attention and with what
Mm-hmm.
devotion you do. That is what is going to take you forward, and not how much you do. Another point is, um, especially for beginners, we tend to place that bar too high for ourselves, right? Once you come to know that there's so much to work out for you, you
Mm-hmm.
you immediately raise the bar
Mm-hmm.
too high.
Yeah.
Most of us do that, and then what happens? The bar is raised so high that we don't reach it, and then we feel frustrated and we drop out. Uh, Patience is a very, very important virtue on the path of spiritual life. Be patient, be gentle with yourself, because all our world has taught us to work towards it. But this working towards it
Mm-hmm.
can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always say don't take your spiritual path seriously, but sincerely. Don't bring that sulky face to your mat.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be joyful. 10 minutes of joyful practice is far far better than sulky faced 1 hour practice.
Okay, thank you so
Thank you.
much.